Hello and welcome back to my garden for another garden tour. My name is Allie. I'm homesteading here in West Georgia. It is the middle of June. The garden is so beautiful right now, so lush. We've had such a wet spring and everything is growing so beautiful, and I'm excited to show you all my garden today. So without further ado, let's go take a look. It feels so good out here right now. It's not too hot. Today we got up to about 85 degrees here in Georgia, but right now it just feels so good. And I'm so excited to bring you here to the front of my garden. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I've been harvesting. A lot of herbs lately, some tomatoes. We have squash coming in, zucchinis. Things are really starting to come in and it's very exciting. This rosemary here, which I have strategically planted next to the garden gate. That's supposed to be tradition. The garden is just looking so lush. Everything is beautiful. Everything just has a very well watered in feel to it. I am loving my wildflower rose. This idea just really turned out beautifully. It was just various wildflower seed mixes that I had. I just noticed today that we have lots of sunflowers that have started to pop out, which is very exciting. And these wildflower rows that I planted here, there are a couple sunflowers in here. They're on the smaller side, so I love that I'll have sort of sunflowers in bloom for the majority of the season. I am loving the way these arches are filling out behind me. Let me give you a closer look. I love the way this, what I'm assuming is a squash, it might be a pumpkin. I love the way that's trailing down the bed, similarly to how this pumpkin, I'm not really sure what this is. If anybody in the comments can tell me. Its leaves are huge. Is it a pumpkin? Is it a squash? I don't know. It's beautiful. I just don't know what it is. We picked that up at Tractor Supply. Just all in all, I'm loving the way this is starting to fill out. I've harvested a handful of eggplants off of these plants. Looks like there's another one almost ready in there. I tried baba ganoush and I just didn't like it. I don't know if it's the smoked paprika that I don't like, but there was just something about the baba ganoush that was not good. But I will try it again because I've heard it's very good. And I have lots of eggplants coming in. So I did try fried eggplant and that was so delicious. So all in all, I'm very excited to have eggplant in my garden this season. The fruit on these cherry tomato plants are starting to ripen. Right before I started filming this video, I came out and picked a handful of yellow, orange, red cherry tomatoes. So fun to just come out here and snack on the most delicious cherry tomatoes I've ever had. As beautiful as this is, I would first of all love to know what this gourd is. If it's a squash or a pumpkin, just not sure. It is kind of choking all the beans that I have planted at the base of this arch trellis out. But, you know, I have more beans on this side. They are also slow to come up. I think regardless, this is going to be a very beautiful arch trellis. And I feel like a broken record in these videos, but this pepper bed is slow growing, but it is starting to produce some fruits. I am seeing bell peppers, some Santa Fe Grande peppers coming up, and even my little okra plant that I tucked into a corner is up and growing. Well, I will say I have not been the best about pruning my tomato plants this season. Really, this is my first real garden, and I just didn't realize how much you really need to prune your plants for optimal airflow. So we will see long term this season what happens with my tomato plants, but they are an unruly mess as it stands today. Let me show you some of these beautiful heirloom tomatoes that are starting to grow. Really cannot believe that I grew all of this from seed. This is exciting. These are some of my sunflowers that are just so tall. I mean, they are planted in raised beds that are about 4 feet off the ground, but these plants themselves are probably 6 feet tall. And they are so beautiful and magical. So on this second arch trellis here, we have cucumbers. Oh, I just noticed our first little cucumber of the season right here. So we will hopefully be swimming in cucumbers very soon. I'm loving these elephant ear looking, I want to say these are called colocasia. And then in this in-ground garden bed behind me, I have a couple of extra tomato plants, some eggplant growing, some zucchini and some squash. And I have harvested zucchini from this. I harvested my first zucchinis last night and they were so delicious. Just love seeing all the various bulbs and wildflowers that are popping up everywhere. I'm excited to see so many of my okra plants have come up. Okra is a great thing to grow here in the South because it loves the humid heat that we have an abundance of. This variety of okra is called Arizona Crimson Tide Arizona. If I have that wrong, I will put the variety name on the screen, but I am really looking forward to trying okra for the first time, believe it or not. And finally, kind of getting to the end here, I think it's about time we rip out this snow pea triangle. We got a ton of snow peas off of this, but it's starting to get too hot, and I think if I'm quick, I can maybe plant some more cucumbers on this triangle. So I will probably rip this snow pea triangle out this weekend. I am so impressed with these little strawberry plants. They are still setting strawberries and they just did so well their first year. And last but not least, I just want to show my artichoke here. He's doing so well, and I started this little guy from seed. As you can imagine, I ran out of space for more tomato plants, and this variety here is San Marzano so that I can learn how to can. So I just stuck them here in these pots. And then for my birthday, my mom gave me this adorable pig planter, and I put some succulents in the pig. A succulent pig. I've loved seeing these coneflowers that came back, and the jasmine that we planted here is working its way up, and I'm hoping it'll kind of take hold of the railing here. I just wanted to pop on here before I post this video and tell you all about this little section of the garden and the carrots that came out of here. I thought surely in this hot, humid weather that we have already been having in the June garden, that the carrots that were here were going to be bitter and not sweet at all. And I thought I would just tear them out and feed them to the pigs. The carrots that I pulled out of this little area, it was the biggest carrot haul I've ever had. And I was able to dice and freeze so many carrots for our freezer. So that just goes to show, just when you think something may never work, the garden surprises you. As always, thank you all so much for joining me in another garden tour. I will see you on the next one. Bye.